Welcome back, everybody, to the Renaissance Jubilism podcast. In today's episode, I will be discussing the president of Taiwan, Xi Ing-wan, receiving visitors from Japan. The visitor she received is Hikachan Haguda, chairman of the Policy Research Council of Japan and part of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party of Japan. Visited Taiwan on October the 11th, 2023, in the city of Taipei City. I do apologise if I get any of these names wrong. The critical geopolitical and international takeaway from this event that has taken place is Japan reaffirming its support for Taiwan and national independence from the mainland controlled Chinese Communist Party, which has viewed Taiwan as a breakaway province since 1949. The president of Taiwan also recognizes the support provided by Japan during the COVID-19 pandemic and stressed the importance of Japan and Taiwan working together for regional peace and security. In response to this cooperation with Taiwan, the Japanese leader Higuda, that's Hagiuda, stated that it is a privilege for the delegates to take part in the celebration and that they are equally honored by the fact that they are marching band of Tokyo University of Agriculture Second High School performing during the event. One of the most highly profiled events in Taiwan's calendar, celebrating its independence and its freedom from communist China. That is from their point of view. Despite the words of support and maintaining strong relationship between Taiwan, the Japanese still don't recognize Taiwan as an independent sovereign state. And the reason why Taiwan is interested in regional security with Japan is because the United States, they are pulling out of the international agreements and globalization and the international system that the Americans built in the aftermath of World War II in 1945. The reason for this is because the United States, they won the Cold War, which they fought against the Soviet Union or Russia to everybody else who's listening to this. From 1945 until 1989, the United States won the Cold War. They defeated the Russians, but they did not vanquish them. They were beaten, but they weren't defeated. Or they was defeated, but they wasn't destroyed, depending on which point of view you prefer to take on that particular topic. But because of that, the United States, since 1992, with the election of Bill Clinton, or William Bill Clinton, uh, each successive American president has become increasingly isolationist, focused purely on the American national interest or the perceived American national interest. For myself, I will put forward the argument that America, being a actor in the world, is a force for good, and that they keep the low-level conflicts from happening. But because America is withdrawing from the world, focusing more on its strategic allies and its interests, which are few because America is a continental economy, as it need to rely on international trade the same way that island nations like Japan, Taiwan, and the United Kingdom very much survive through international trade and through control of the high seas, which is part of its lifeblood. For the United States, they don't need any of that. And because of this, history is starting to move again. And when history starts to move, blood will soon follow. That's why we're seeing conflicts in Ukraine, Eastern Europe since 2014, because the Americans, the Russians, they can sense that history is moving again. And because now that the Americans are not there to keep a lid on things, to maintain the peace, it's time for them and other powers to start acting, getting out of from the heel of American security from their point of view. Hope you like today's podcast. I hope you find it interesting, informative, and peace out.